Well, you're probably wondering why I'm so fucking wet. It's turned into a submarine on me in the middle of Waroona Dam, and I ended up in the drink. I just had a 500, 600 metre swim to shore with a kayak, sunk rods, reels, lost gear, all because this thing leaks. Got the week off holidays, but wouldn't you know it, terrible bloody weather. Not much you can do, but you know what, we're still going to go out for a fish. Been checking the old weather station, and she reckons there's a bit of rain coming on the way, barometer's dropping. All right, let's get into it, pack the boat, and we'll get on the road. Time to get some food in the camper. Why you don't leave to go down south in Perth at 7 o'clock in the morning. Traffic, 20 kilometres an hour on the freeway. G'day guys, Brendan here. Look, bit of a change of scenery, me on a kayak, who would have thought. Today we're down at Waroona Dam, not Harvey, Waroona. We're just going to be trawling the banks, nice and shallow. We're going to be using a variety of different lures to try and bring up some of the bigger trout. Now usually I'd be trawling 35 odd mil lures, but today we're going the big boys. We've got the X-Wrap, the little Rapala 60 mil jerkbait, I guess, kind of lure. Which will be perfect for this. I've tried to go as natural as I can, bit of a rainbow trout sort of pattern. What I'm using is, as you can see there, the owner silent snap. So we're not, we're trying to keep it as quiet as we possibly can, but we're going to get along these banks here and try and trawl up some trout. Now it is the middle of the day. We're looking at, I don't know, 20 to 1. So I'm expecting the action to turn on a bit more towards the end. But look, let's get to it and see what we can catch. So we just had a bit of a hit here on the hard body. I'm predicting a redfin. Not really doing much. Now it's not a redfin. It's going to be just a bit of shit off the ground. Just reverse it out a bit. And it is a good old stickfish. You're probably wondering why I'm so wet. Well, let's have another speech about this Orca kayak. So we thought we'd fix it all up and fix all its problems. Obviously not. This thing is leaking like a sieve. In fact, it just turned into a submarine on me in the middle of Waroona Dam, and I ended up in the drink. I just had a 500, 600 metre swim to shore with a kayak, sunk rods, reels, lost gear, all because this thing leaks. Now, let me just show you this. Just take you off the ram mount. At least that's reliable. This is what's up the front of this kayak. Doesn't look much now, does it? But let's just put a bit of weight down here. Look at all this water rushing into the front. Yeah, it's still coming. There's probably 50 odd litres in this hull, which simply is not bloody good enough. I would highly suggest stay away from these kayaks. I should have learnt my lesson when we first did the review and we picked all the faults. I have no idea where this thing is leaking from. We're going to find out, and by crikey, we're going to have a chat to the supplier. This simply isn't good enough once again. I was just lucky that I had all the safety equipment on me and had all the necessary precautions in place to help me out if this happened. One of our little friends decided to come and say hello. Hello, mate. Where you going? We got something of a little Tassie devil here. Look at this. Redfin. A little tiny squeaker. But you know what? He was still happy to eat that little Tassie devil. And to be honest, it's the only lure that's really worked for me at all today. So, well, we'll get him back in the water and let him go. Well, typical. I go to clean, I get a flat battery, and then first cast, tiny little yearling trout. Beautiful little rainbow. I'll just quickly get him back. See you fella. I'm probably the most unusual lure, this little storm Gamoko. It's one lure that I never ever thought would work. But look, it did, so I'll get it back in the water and see if we catch another one. Once again, this little Gamoko shad was just getting some bites coming off the edge of the weeds, and I'm wondering whether it's because it's black, maybe it's silhouetting a bit. I'm not sure, but the trout just seem to all of a sudden get a bit more interesting. Anyway, I'll catch you back here shortly. Well guys, that wraps it up. A weekend at Waroona, done and dusted. Fish were slippery, getting off at almost every chance they could. Scott would have easily hooked over 10 fish for a very low land rate. Myself today just dropped an absolute monster, which has sort of put me in a bit of a funny mood. I'm heading home now, licked me wounds on the way home. But look, great spot. You know, bit of a lack of fish I suppose landed. And the two that I did land were only runts, but that's okay. I think we'll be back pretty soon anyway. Maybe Harvey for the next trip. But look, until then, we'll catch you later and see you in the next episode.